I would say the communications person that Awqaf calls in to help with this tournament every year. On behalf of Awqaf South Africa, the organizing committee, Primrose's Cricket Club, and all the other representatives that I will list out shortly, welcome to this beautiful venue at this beautiful cricket ground. I think you guys are probably well versed with it. So tonight's proceedings is being broadcasted on the Awqaf South Africa YouTube channel. So if you're on your little phone, send it out, send the links out to your families, or just send it out on your family WhatsApp group to say you're going to be on YouTube shortly, because I know some of the captains are here. You guys are going to get some your official caps and things. So I would encourage everyone just to log on to the Awqaf South Africa YouTube channel. It is being broadcast live. And then also updates around the tournament will be available on 100.awqafsa.org.za, as well as the Facebook and the Instagram, Twitter, and I think TikTok channels, if I'm not mistaken. So while we have a few dignitaries walking in, I'd just like to acknowledge a few representatives in the room this evening. First and foremost, we'd like to welcome the inaugural Consul General for the Republic of Turkey in Cape Town, His Excellency Mr. Sinan Yildiz. I also would like to acknowledge Mr. Beresford Williams, former President of Cricket South Africa and the patron of the Awqaf SA 100 Youth Cricket Tournament, as well as Mr. Shafiq Noureddin, who's an executive member of the Western Province Cricket Association. I also would like to acknowledge Councillor Shamima Sali, as well as Mr. Shamil Isaac, who's the president of the Western Province Cricket Umpires Association. We would also like to acknowledge Mr. Jamil Majid, who's the chairman of Primrose's Cricket Club, Mr. Farid Abrams, president of the Ottomans Cricket Club, as well as Mr. Peterson, the father of the late cricket stalwart at Primrose's Grant Peterson, and all other representatives of the cricket clubs represented here this evening. We have I always start off this event saying it's a fairly short program, but we're going to start off by welcoming Mikhail Kali, who's the CEO of Awqaf South Africa, to the lectern, just to do an introduction about Awqaf SA. And he's telling me behind the pillar over there to call Noor Abrams, who's the youth convener Primroses, to do the official welcome. So let's give Noor a good round of applause over here.
Assalamu alaikum, good evening, or good afternoon rather. I think on behalf of Awqaf SA, and obviously in conjunction with Primrose Cricket Club, we are once again excited to see everyone. A lot of the faces are familiar, some new, some not so new, but I think we are all excited to once again host this tournament, which by now I think it's in its 8th year, Mikhail, if I'm not mistaken, in its 8th year, and it's growing in leaps and bounds. So on behalf of Primrose Cricket Club, to all those clubs out there and associations who are participating in this year's event, I want to formally welcome you to tonight's proceedings, especially all those honored guests that Shanaz just mentioned as well. We are looking forward to a tournament played in a very good spirit, but yet competitive. You know, they always say that it's a friendly tournament, but I know at the end of the day it comes down to bragging rights and making friends and hosting families, etc., etc. And we really hope it continues. We've got clubs from all over the place this year, and I'm not going to go into the program in terms of the teams that's represented, but we are very, very pleased to say that I think we've got a representative that covers most of the areas within the Greater Western Cape area. So once again, we on behalf of Primrose Cricket Club, we look forward to hosting you guys at Rosmead, and then 1 or 2 of the other fields as well. It's going to be 4 very exciting days, or at least 3 very exciting days, with the 4th day hopefully we won't be using as a rain extra day. So yes, enjoy the evening. And we are going to follow a short program now, and then we will take it from there. But enjoy the evening. Shukran.
Thanks, Noor. Yes, you can give him a round of applause. So this tournament's been running for quite a few years, and I think there's no way that we would have gotten this far without the support of people from representatives from the Western Province Cricket Association and a lot of the clubs that's represented here this evening. I'm going to call on Mr. Shafiq Nuruddin from WPCA, so rather, just to come up to give us a few words of encouragement and maybe a special message to the players. Maybe you can give Mr. Shafiq Nuruddin also a round of applause.
Assalamu alaikum, good evening. That's when you get applause for not saying anything, that's good. Shukran, I appreciate it. On behalf of the mother body WPCA, firstly I have to apologize. On behalf of our president, Mr. Johannes Adams, he unfortunately has some other cricket engagements. He's on his way to Oudtshoorn, so he can't be here, but I'll try and stand in for him. So I'm probably not going to do very well. Firstly, I would like to say thank you to Rusdi Majid, a legend within his own right, for gracing us with his amazing presence. If you talk about a living legend, to you young men, this man is not even on Google. That's how long ago he played cricket. Because Google could not handle this man's stats and quality, as well as his late great brother, Saeed Majid. Shukran for coming, we appreciate that. That man needs a round of applause. And of course, the Consulate General of Turkey, Shafiq Morton, all the dignitaries, and they normally use the term, all protocols observed. I don't know what it means, but I'll use it as well. To everybody that is going to partake in the tournament, to the youngsters especially, the youth, the first thing I would ask you guys, maintain the disciplines. That is the most important thing. If you can respect yourself, you respect the sport, and be disciplined about how you go about your daily life. If you can do that, cricket becomes extremely easy. To the ladies, shukran for also taking time out of your busy schedules. This time you would have probably been in the kitchen, running around with some pots and pans, but that's for the youth nowadays. Shukran for coming. To Mikhail Collier and of course the Awqaf, this is an amazing tournament. You do get other tournaments that is sanctioned by WPCA as well as this one. But this is where we tap at the heartbeat of the previously disadvantaged. For those that is not as fortunate as others, we should understand sometimes the kids from the previously disadvantaged areas and from the townships, when they come to a sport field, that becomes their safe haven. How sad can that be? If your safe haven is not your house but a sport field, then we should try and utilize these tournaments to create an environment for these kids to see where life can really take them and take them out of the areas that they live. I'm not saying it's bad areas, but sometimes you need that bright mind just to come out. We don't realize that if you give us a youngster that has nothing, you give him a shorts, a sweater, or a cap, it can change his life indelibly. And that is what Awqaf is doing. Mikhail, to you and your team, may Allah Ta'ala make it easy on you and make your guys grow from more than strength to strength. So on that note, have a wonderful tournament. I think I've spoken enough. Stay humble, because humility is the foundation to success. Shukran.
Thank you, Mr. Nuruddin. Next up, I'm going to call the chairman of Primrose's Cricket Club, Jamil Majid, just to come up to say a few words. This tournament was birthed at Primrose's Cricket Club, so I'm going to ask him just to speak a little bit about the history and also what tournament has done for youth cricket.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon to all. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the history. It's going to be short and sweet, and it's always nice to speak after Mr. Shafiq, because he's always got a mouthful to say. So, yeah, it's Awqaf time again, and we're really looking forward as Primrose to host the event with Awqaf. The amount of talent that's showcased over the years, I mean, we are very proud that it's all happening at Rosemead, and the amount of talent that there is and skills that are out there. Yeah, we are excited to see what the guys have been working on, and it's just an honor to be able to be part of this. I say shukran to Mikhail for for hosting the tournament, for sponsoring and for doing what he does. I think us as administrators and the players really appreciate, or we should really appreciate, organizations such as Awqaf that basically makes things like this possible. There are very few out there that understand the need of what communities need, and Awqaf is definitely one of them. So shukran to Awqaf and shukran to you guys, and good luck for the tournament.
Thanks, Jamil. Speaking of Awqaf, we're going to ask the CEO, Mikhail Collier, to come up and just talk a little bit about Awqaf, its mission, and also how this tournament fits into some of the goals and objectives, including the aspects of social cohesion and community development.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Thank you for coming out again. I know that from the beginning of the season, people start talking about, especially our youngsters, about participating in this tournament. So welcome once again, everybody that has taken the time out. To my very special friend, the Consul General, the inaugural Consul General, means that as an inaugural Consul, he set up the presence of the Turkish Republic in Cape Town, in Kimberley, and in the Eastern Cape. And he's done sterling work. Predecessors, Abu Bakr Effendi, initiated and started the Ottomans Cricket Club, so that rich, long history is continued through our friend Sinan Yeşildag, who is the inaugural Consul General of the Republic of Turkey. That's the new name, Turkey. Also, we'd like to welcome Uncle Rushi Majid as the cricket legend, and then also today is a little bit of a bittersweet day for us, because somebody that was in the trenches with us at the beginning of this tournament, who helped us lay out the fields, initiated so many of the programs, recently, about 2 weeks ago, passed on very suddenly. Our brother, our cricketing brother, our friend, mentor to many of the youngsters sitting here today, Grant Peterson, and we've got his brother and his father, Mr. Peterson, here with us today as well. So, as Shanaz indicated, we're not going to keep you long, but you know the purpose of this tournament. It is to provide an opportunity at no cost to children across the board to play against each other as equals, without seeing race, without seeing religion, without seeing economic status. And I think the beauty of this tournament has come for the past 8 years. We've seen people grow, we've seen people commit to each other, we've seen people develop bonds, lifelong bonds between each other through the game of sport. And this is what we need to achieve. If we want to build social cohesion in this country, if we want to build unity and togetherness, etc., this is the way to do it, on equal playing fields. And each of you sitting here today as representatives of the various clubs, I think there's about 30 odd clubs participating in this year's tournament, you represent the future of South Africa. You represent the possibilities that exist within our society. And it is very heartwarming to see that people are still participating, and it is growing even further. This year we've increased to include our ladies as well. So hopefully this time around, next year, we're going to increase, with your support, even further. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mikhail. So one of the, kind of like as part of like, when we started developing this idea for this tournament, we set out from the get-go to honor stalwarts from the cricketing communities as well as the community at large. So the next step on our program is just we're going to call Uncle Shafiq Morton up to kind of read out the commendations for this year's recipients. I'm going to ask Mikhail to also pull up or maybe pull out 1 or 2 people from the crowd to assist with handing over those awards. So Mr. Shafiq Morton is a photojournalist, a stalwart in our media community, and I think he deserves a massive round of applause.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to everybody. When you have a white beard at this time of the year, people always ask you to give away things, it seems like it. All right, let me just put on the prerequisite eyewear. Thank you. Sunglasses isn't going to do it. Yeah. And just as a means of introduction to these awards that are handed out every year, this is, in fact, people being inducted into a grassroots hall of fame for people who have played such vital roles in cricket, particularly in previously disadvantaged communities. And of course, people like Rushdie Majid here, if you look at the averages of these players before there was Google, I don't think Google could actually cope with the averages that they actually had. I mean, guys with the averages of 50 when they were playing on pitches that had bits of glass on them and thorns and sand and all sorts of stuff. So their cricket performances, one can only imagine what it would have been like if they could have played on a field like the one across the road, not across the road, just below us here. The first person who receives a certificate of commendation, and this is dedicated to Chris Ruiz. From being a right. But Chris, is going to be a moment of agony because we're going to read about your life and times. So now's the time to pay us the money. This is Chris Ruiz. From being amazed that gentlemen played a game in white, to rolling pitches at his school, and to organizing its first day-night game, Chris Ruiz has been standing behind the sticks for more than 2 decades. His is a rare passion when most would want to be on the field, batting, bowling, or fielding, instead of standing in a white coat behind the stumps all day, on a hot day. But this is Chris Ruiz, the youngest person to umpire league cricket in South Africa. Chris, who learned the game in Pretoria and Cape Town, pays tribute to Ronnie Pulowski for mentoring him in his early umpiring years. During his already long career, Chris has umpired at a host of youth tournaments, too many to mention here, and it is obvious that he has invested a lot of his considerable energies in the youth of our country. He cites Newlands as his favorite ground with its mountain views and sea breezes, and says that if you respect people, they will remember you for the rest of their lives. It is this humble philosophy that has made Chris Ruiz the person whom we honor today. Right, protocols observed. Right, our next person who gets inducted and commended today is Shamil Isaacs. He's not here, but I will still read out his commendation. A remarkable figure in the world of umpires, are often heard by players, but their contribution is really appreciated. For without them, cricket as a game is lost. Shamil Isaacs is one who has kept the game alive. He started his cricket career at Westridge Cricket Club. He moved on to United and then into admin, serving a number of roles. He joined the Western Province Cricket Umpires Association in 2012 and was placed as the highest rated umpire in the various leagues as he climbed the ladder to the Premier Division, where he won Umpire of the Year award on 2 occasions. Besides that, Shamil has been an Administrator of the Year on 2 occasions and was also voted the highest rated umpire in the Veterans League. In addition, he was voted as the Secretary of the WPCUA for 4 seasons and Match Secretary for 2 seasons. He currently holds the position of Vice President of the Western Province Cricket Umpires Association. Today we salute the selfless contribution and sacrifices of Shamil Isaacs. All right, our next commendation is for Fozia Martin Sylvester, aka Mochi Cricket. All right, there's a title. Fozia Martin Sylvester, a remarkable figure in the world of cricket and beyond, is hereby recognized for her outstanding contributions to the sport and her community. As the chairperson at Mitchell's Playing Cricket Club and the former secretary at Primrose Cricket Club, Fozia has showcased exceptional leadership and dedication. Her journey from a cricket scorer to becoming the first female president of the Western Province Scorers Association is not just a career achievement, but a groundbreaking advancement for women in sports. In her professional capacity as a nurse, Fozia brings the same level of commitment and compassion to healthcare, paralleling her passion for cricket. Her fervor for the game extends notably to the advancement of ladies cricket, where she has been instrumental in promoting gender equality and nurturing young talent. Additionally, Fozia's significant role in the launch and success of the Awqaf SA Cricket Youth Tournament highlights her commitment to enriching the lives of aspiring young cricketers. Through this tournament, she has created opportunities and inspired countless youth, fostering both skill development and a love for the game. Fozia's multifaceted contributions to cricket, healthcare, and youth empowerment are not only commendable, but also an inspiration to all. Her dedication to nurturing young talent and advancing women in cricket makes her a true icon in the sport, presented with admiration and gratitude for her exemplary service. Is Fozia here today? No. She's not here? All right, and this one is presented to Mr. Abdul Razak, who I do know is here, hiding on the table over there. The Awqaf South Africa proudly recognizes Mr. Abdul Razak for his exceptional contribution to community leadership and development. A revered figure in the South African community, Mr. Razak has been instrumental in steering numerous initiatives that have significantly impacted both educational and social spheres. As the founder and former chairman of the Leadership College and chairperson of Al-Hidayah College, Mr. Razak has shown an unwavering commitment to educational excellence. His current roles as director at the International Peace College of South Africa and chairman of the Risk and Management Committee highlight his ability to lead strategic initiatives with insight and integrity. Mr. Razak's expertise as a chartered accountant and his acumen as a businessman have been invaluable in his role as secretary for the Board of Trust at Islamia College and treasurer of the Habibia Orphanage in Rylands. His skills have not only advanced business development, but also greatly supported community social development initiatives. An avid cricketer, Mr. Razak's enthusiasm and involvement in cricket during his youth, he had a youth, have left a lasting impact in the field. His participation in cricketing initiatives underscores his dedication to the sport and its development. We commend Mr. Abdul Razak for his remarkable contributions to education, community service, and of course, cricket. His leadership, vision, and commitment serve as an inspiration to us all, and his efforts continue to foster growth and excellence within our community and beyond. Right, and now we move on to a very moving part of the day of this function, and this is the posthumous commendation for Grant Sean Peterson. This is in memory of Grant Sean Peterson. The Awqaf South Africa Youth Cricket Tournament honors a cherished member and guiding force from its inception in 2016 until his untimely passing in November 2023. Grant's devotion to the tournament and the cricketing community was unparalleled, embodying the spirit of sportsmanship, leadership, and mentorship. Grant was not only a vital member of Primrose Cricket Club, but also a stalwart in organizing and nurturing young talent through club cricket and the Awqaf South African Youth Cricket Tournament. His commitment to cricket began at Athlone North Primary and flourished at Spesbona High, eventually leading him to remarkable achievements in both cricket at Primrose Cricket Club and in soccer, playing for Aurora and Wolves. As a distinguished wicketkeeper and middle-order batsman, Grant represented Western Province cricket across various levels, including captaining the Western Province Under-21 team. His administrative skills shone brightly at Primrose CC, where he served in various roles in the Junior Coaching Committee, the Club Executive Committee, and later contributed significantly to the Primrose Vets and the Western Province Vets Committee. Grant's legacy is not just in his accolades, but in his heart of gold, compassion, and humility. His willingness to always lend a helping hand and his mantra, "Don't worry, I will organize something or sort it out for you," resonated with everyone he met. We honor Grant's immense contribution to the sport, Awqaf SA Youth Cricket Tournament, and his impact on the lives of countless young cricketers. His memory will continue to inspire and guide us in nurturing the future of cricket. Grant Peterson was an exceptional human being and an exemplary sportsperson. His presence will be deeply missed, but never forgotten. And a member of the family will receive the award. That's all a lot, folks, as the man on the movie says. And then the Turkish Consul General, Mr. Sinan Yesildag, will say a few words, and I will retire to a chair. Thanks, Shukran. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. After 3 years of friendship with Mikhail, now I feel really a part of the community. It's also an honor to be with cricket legends here. And congratulations for supporting Cape Townian youth to play sport. As Atatürk, Turkish, let's say Turkish Mandela, our founder of the Republic, says, healthy minds are in healthy bodies. Mikhail, I'm sorry, but I support in this tournament Ottomans. They were our guest in Turkey a couple months ago. And yeah, it's a big connection for us between Turkish people and South African people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Let's give everyone that's received commendations a round of applause. We also want to just acknowledge Mr. Muhammad Majid that arrived. So, assalamu alaikum, welcome to the function. Okay, so next up, I think we're going to move to something a little bit lighter and easier. I know Hassan's on standby to do the official launch of the tournament website, but I actually got a WhatsApp message from somebody in the room. I don't recognize the number, but this happens when you share your mobile number openly at these functions every year. People want to take selfies again. I don't know if it's a thing, but I literally got 2 messages from, I'm not going to read out the numbers because of Poppy and all that stuff. So I don't know if you've been here before. Has anybody attended last year's function or the year before's function? It's a thing with this tournament. Everybody take out your cell phones, and you're going to take a selfie with somebody at your table. And then we're going to ask you to either send it into the WhatsApp group. It's going to take you 2 minutes, literally. Everybody's professionals by now in terms of using, you see, Mikhail's using the background over there. So for the next 2 to 5 minutes, I want you to take at least 2 selfies from your table with people next to you. You're welcome to move around as well. Take a picture with someone in the room. And I want you to take a nice selfie and then post it either on the WhatsApp chat group, or you can share it to the Awqaf SA tournament Facebook pages. Okay. So you're taking selfies with everyone. Big smiles, people. So I see easily like the next photo book coming out, being published in by the next tournament. So let's take. So I'm going to let you guys do this for 1 more minute. So you're taking a selfie with people around the room, people next to you. And the idea is to basically just commemorate tonight's proceedings and the launch of the tournament. So the first photographs have come in from the under 18 boys category. There's a few pictures that's already landed in the WhatsApp groups. So I'll give you guys 1 more minute and then we can move to the next item on the program. Any WhatsApp group? Yeah. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for that. I know last year we also had another activity where we asked somebody to count our toilet paper and give us details of the life story, but we're definitely not going to be doing that this evening. So can I ask you guys to settle down again? Because we just have 2 more items on the program. The first one is a quick update on the website launch of the tournament. It's quite critical because that's where you're going to get all your information about the tournament. And then the last item is actually for the captains and the representatives of the clubs. That's where we're going to ask Zainul to talk about the rules of the tournament. So first up, I'm going to ask Hassan to come up after he's done taking his 1 millionth selfie and to just do the official website launch of the tournament. We also want to welcome Qasim Adams, the coach for the Western Province Blitz. He's just walked in as well. If anybody want to grab a selfie with him, we've got 1 more minute while Hassan is setting up the website on the side. So, okay, so I'm going to hand over to Awqaf SA's project coordinator, Hassan Abdullah. He's going to talk to us about the website. So club representatives, this is where you're going to get like details about the tournament and scores as well. So over to you, Hassan.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. I'm very happy to see you again, year in, year out. Good to see the clubs. I'm going to share some information about the tournament. So if you want to find out about when certain games will be taking place, where to find photos of the tournament, how to access the live stream of the game. Some of the games will be live streamed, and all other relevant contact information. Then you need to log on to the website. You'll see on this banner, there's a web address called 100.awqafsa.org.za, right? So that's the website. You can access that from your mobile phone, from your laptop device, from your tablet. And on this website, we do have a tab called Fixtures. But just to start off, on the landing page, you'll find something that says download the brochure as well as download the fixtures. I think Zainu will be touching on that. That's the brochure that has some of the tournament rules. But this is a very important tab. This is the fixtures. So we've populated the opening day's fixtures for you, so you can get an idea. So you go to 100.awqafsa.org.za, and on the fixtures tab, it will tell you at what time the game is playing, at which field it's taking place, and there's a tab for live scoring. So if you click on that tab, that will take you to the live scoring, and you can ball for ball follow the action. The live stream tab will take you through to the YouTube live stream. Our games will be live stream via YouTube. Shanaz did mention to me that I should mention about the hashtag. We would really love to see your interaction during the course of the tournament. So you can access the tournament's Facebook and Instagram. Here we go. That's a click through right on top there. Facebook and Instagram. And the hashtag is at Awqaf. Well, the account is at Awqaf SA 100. And the hashtag is Awqaf SA 100. That's it from me. Guys, enjoy the tournament. Over to Shanaz.
Thanks, Hassanein. I'm now going to call on Zainul Bawa to come up just to share details about the rules, regulations, anything and everything that's legal about this tournament. So just give him a sec as he walks up.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. The aroma of the food is very distracting. I think that is what's causing all the buzz in the room. So I'm not going to take too long in going through all of the rules, but I do want to welcome those clubs who are participating for the first time in our tournament. We welcome you, and we are sure that you are going to enjoy the experience and the level of cricket that we offer at our tournament. At a very high level, I'm going to run through some of the rules, but as Hassanein has indicated, if you visit the website 100.awqafsa.org.za, if you click on the brochure, it will have all of the rules spelled out to you there. Just don't download it tonight yet because of some changes over the weekend. We need to update that document because there were some changes with some of the teams participating at the last minute. So at a very high level, it's called the Awqaf SA 100 because the match consists of 100 balls per innings. You may be familiar with a 6-ball over. We are now changing that to a 5-ball over. And there will be 20 overs of 5 balls, which constitutes the 100 balls. All of this tournament revolves around time. So I ask you in all humility to please be on time for your fixtures. The umpires are given strict instructions to penalize anyone that is late because we're running a very tight schedule. We are allowing 65 minutes per innings, and there's a 3-hour allocated to a match with all of the breaks in between, and to allow you to get to the next venue and fixture on time because there are a few back-to-back fixtures. So for the rules per match, like I've mentioned, is 100 balls consisting of 20 overs of 5 balls each. The fielding side only changes at the end of 10 balls being bowled. It is the captain's discretion whether or not to change the bowler after 5 balls or to allow the bowler to continue for a continuous 10 balls or 2 overs. Each bowler can deliver a maximum of 20 balls per match. So that's effectively 4 overs of 5 balls each. For the fielding restrictions, we do have a power play in place. It's a 25 ball or 5 over power play for each team at the beginning of the innings only. And what this means is that only 2 fielders will be allowed to field outside of the 30-yard circle. In general, no more than 5 players are allowed outside of the circle after the power play. If your fielding side's over rate is too slow, and this will be, as I mentioned, closely monitored and managed by the umpire with the assistance of the on-field captain, your fielding will not go beyond 65 minutes or an hour and 5 minutes. If you exceed that time, you will only be allowed to have 3 fielders outside of that 30-yard circle. Batsmen do not rotate at the end of an over. There will be no extra balls allocated for no balls or wides. No balls and wides will cost you 2 runs. Only the final ball in the innings needs to be a legitimate delivery. So you will get 2 runs extra, plus you're going to bowl that last ball of the innings until you bowl a legitimate ball. There will be bonus points for bowling teams out and for scoring the winning runs within 75 balls or less. And then in any rain-affected matches, we will apply the Duckworth-Lewis method to establish a winner. In 100-ball cricket, there is no power over. So a draw will mean a loss to the side chasing. I repeat, a draw is equal to a loss. There is no power over. So you need to make sure that you get your calculations right and you get the allotted target within the 100 balls allocated. We will be sharing all of the fixtures with you on the social media platforms and on the website, the full list of fixtures. From a logistics point of view, we are utilizing 3 different venues this year. We are using a Primrose, both our A and our B field. We will be using Wynberg Cricket Club, both the A and B fields. And then we were also including Chukka Road this year. Our under-12s will be playing on the 2 synthetic fields at Chukka Road, and then the ladies predominantly will be playing on the Yorkshire turf wicket at the Chukka Road facility. All of these details will be available on the fixture list. If you have any questions after you've had your lovely food, you are most welcome to approach me and we can talk about any questions or any explanation of the rules any further. Thank you so much, Shanaz.
Okay, we're going to open up the floor for a few questions. Are there any questions? Do you have any questions for Zainul? You can just show by hand. Do you have another mic? No questions going once?
Everyone's comfortable with the rules.
Is everyone comfortable with the rules? Everyone understood it? Okay, great. Zainul will be around this evening, so please come and find him if you have any further questions. So the last thing on the program is just the official voter thanks, and Mr. Collier will be doing that. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to do capping of the captains first. Capping of the captains, that sounds funny. But okay, Mikhail's going to lead us through that.
Can I call Councillor Shamima Sali to help us do this? So all the under-12 teams participating, could you send your representatives of your clubs through to come and get the captain's cap? Councillor Shamima Sali will hand over the cap to you. Primrose Cricket Club, Somerset West Cricket Club, JP21 Foundation, Belhar Cricket Club. Nazmi? You're going to stand there with that? Yeah. Guguletu Hub and Ottomans Cricket Club. Maybe Sinan, you can give Ottomans their cap. Kelly Rus. Nazmi? Sinan. Why Sinan will do Ottomans? Could I ask Mr. Nazir Osman to come and hand over for the under 14 boys? So in the under 14 boys, Primrose Cricket Club captain, Kugaletu Hub, Shireen. Kugaletu Hub, Fishrite and Nova Park, Cravenby Cricket Club, Solomon Mokosana, and Peninsula Cricket Club. Could I call on Mr. Kashif Wickham for his sins for coming late to hand over the caps for the under 16 boys? Thank you, Mr. Osman. You must take.
This is bullying. Bullying 101.
I'm going to call on Mr. Kashif Wickham. Mr. Kashif Wickham is the CEO of Odenko Construction, but he's also the president of the Progressive Professionals Forum. And if you need to get to President Ramaphosa, he's one person away from him. So any problems you got with load shedding, those type of things, you want more money in your social grants, you speak to Kashif. So in the under 16 boys, Primrose Cricket Club, Chiad Abrams, Durbanville Cricket Club, Mitchell's Plain Cricket Club, Ottomans Cricket Club. Sinan, you must come again. Sinan Bey. Again Ottomans. Stellenbosch Cricket Club and Victoria Cricket Club. Sinan. Kashif. Let Sinan give Ottomans. Yes, Ottomans. For the under 18 boys, I'm going to call on Coach Qasim Adams to come and hand over their caps. He came late, so he's got to be punished also. Come. Qasim Adams is the coach here at this prestigious Newlands Cricket Ground and also the head coach at Primroses. In the under 18 boys Primrose Cricket Club. Nazmi, are you ready? Durbanville Cricket Club, Mitchells Plain Cricket Club, Fisherite Hanover Park, Cravenby Cricket Club and Tigerberg Cricket Club. In the ladies, I'm going to call on Dr. Faima Majid, Auntie Nisa Majid, to come and assist to hand over the caps, please. In the ladies' age group, we've got Guguletu Hub, Fisherite Hanover Park, Mutual Sports Club, and Victoria Club. As we wind down, we're going to request that the captains assemble at the back of the hall for an individual photo at the green screen. We need this so that when we're doing the profile, social media, graphics, YouTube, everything that we're doing related to social media, etc., we would have a very professionally taken photograph of the captain. So please, before we eat, all the captains, could you assemble at the back, please? Mr. Photographer, Mr. Skrudiker, can you? Yes.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of the formal proceedings. As Mikhail said, if the captains can just congregate at the back of the hall for the photographs, then everyone else, please make your way to the buffet on the left hand side, on my left hand side. Thank you very much to all the sponsors, supporters, volunteers, parents, players, club representatives that has made it possible for this tournament to take place this coming weekend. And on behalf of the organizing committee, we wish everyone a safe tournament and a fun tournament. So thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the evening. Assalamu alaikum.